What is up, guys? So I have a few things to announce for next year, which is literally tomorrow, I think. But essentially, we're gonna be changing a few things up for my channel. I don't like to make channel updates or updates in general, just because I feel like a lot of smaller content creators get into a habit of constantly releasing updates for their channel without making content. And I know I'm not like that because I actually do put out content, but I kind of have to make this update video because a few things are going to be different, and I mean a lot. So the first thing you guys might have noticed is specifically if you're like a really old subscriber, is the fact that I actually used to cover games aside from Destiny 2. Like, I have 2 Resident Evils up. I have like a few other obscure games. I had Cyberpunk 2077. I had that playthrough as well. And the reason I stopped is because the views on the other videos were not as good as my Destiny 2 content, which is understandable considering I propped my channel up through Destiny 2. But I am gonna go back on that. I want to start posting other non-Destiny 2 content for a few reasons. A, it's just much better for my mental health because I don't want to rely on Bungie whether they make a good season or a bad season, because if they have a good season, well, you know, I'll have content, I'll be enjoying the season. But if they have a bad season or a bad expansion, then at that point I kind of have to suffer, because not only will I still have to put almost the same amount of time as I usually do in a good expansion, but I also have to basically have that monotonous, like, I'm really bored, I want to do something fun kind of mindset. And I don't want to just play something offline, because at that point I feel kind of guilty because I could be sharing that with you guys. So to just take that out, to take that like dependency out of the way, we're just going to cover other games. Anything that comes out that I have an interest in, or if you guys have an interest in, feel free to let me know in the comments below. This is not just me, this is not like a me effort. Obviously, if you guys are interested in a game, let me know. I'll be more than happy to check it out. But we'll be covering other games, and this is all coming from the fact that you guys may or may not have noticed that I haven't been posting content for like around 2 to 3 weeks. The main reason for that is because I actually started to well, I didn't start, we're already done. We moved out of my old place, which then means, you know, obviously new stuff, new environment and whatnot. So we had to move, recuperating, because we live in the 3rd floor and we have a lot of heavy shit, making sure the cats are fine, because our cats, specifically one of them, Luna, she started freaking the fuck out, and I didn't even have a desk at one point, so I had to wait for myself to get a desk. I have a desk now, which is why I'm recording a video, but it's not completely done, because if you guys have seen my live stream videos, you guys will see that I actually had two desks. So I'm still waiting for the second one to come in. But once the second desk is in, I'll start to stream on twitch.tv/fixtony. That's where I usually stream. I'm going to start streaming again because we have really good internet here. And we'll start covering other stuff, and I might as well just tell you guys right now, because it's gonna be, this is the update video. So I will be covering 40K on another channel. I'll link the channel when I start making content on it, but I'm gonna start doing like hobby related stuff there, because I'm very much into 40K, specifically just the hobby itself, not the game. I don't really care about the game. I just want to make cool looking shit. So I also have an Instagram for it. That's its own separate thing that will eventually cross over, but that's another thing that I've been planning to do, which means I probably won't have as much time to play on Destiny 2, which is why I also want to make this change. The other biggest reason is the fact that I started playing Final Fantasy 14 again. And I say again because I originally started playing this game. This is actually my first MMO I ever played, Final Fantasy 14. And I started playing around the end of A Realm Reborn. Like, literally I started playing and Heaven's Sword was coming out within like 2 to 3 months. So I had that much time to like grind myself all the way up to level 50. I think it was either level 50 or 60. I think it's 50. And I just had to level myself up all the way to the end game so that way I can start Heaven's Sword. I went through the Heaven's Sword story. I thought it was super fucking cool, and then I stopped after I killed Nidhogg, I think. And then after that, I stopped playing the game just because I either couldn't afford to like keep up the payments, or something else had happened. I don't remember. I skipped Stormblood. I skipped Shadowbringers, which that one kills me because I thought that one looked really cool. And with the new expansion, Endwalker, I wanted to get back into it because of a variety of reasons, but we'll go through that when I talk about me getting back into Final Fantasy 14, because that is a game I want to cover in my channel. I don't know how I'm going to cover it yet, because I'm not going to be doing tutorial videos for it because I'm not that good. And even if I was, I probably still wouldn't do tutorial videos unless it's, I don't know. I would have to feel very comfortable in the game for me to do that. And the other thing, like, I probably will be covering like fashion in the game, because fashion in this game is fucking fire. I will be doing comparison videos for this game to Destiny 2 because it's just, I have to. I've seen a lot of comparisons. Like, there's the first, I'm gonna be real. The first one is a transmog comparison, and Destiny 2 has like one good thing, and that's it, I think. Yeah, so Final Fantasy 14 and Destiny 2 I'm gonna be covering on my channel. The other thing though is I'm going to be covering other games that come out. So Elden Ring is going to be a good example of a game I'm going to be covering for a while, until either I get bored of it, which is probably highly unlikely, or I just have other stuff that I'm covering. So it's going to be one of those things where this channel is literally going to be an expression of like my life as a gamer. And I just thought it was ridiculous for me to just post Destiny 2 when I don't want to be a Destiny 2 YouTuber. I really don't. For a variety of reasons. Like, oh my god, like the first one, again, I don't want to be dependent on Bungie to make a good season, or to make a good season, because at that point I'm fucking myself. The community, although pretty cool, is also the very same thing I don't want to get into. Like, the Destiny 2 community is not like, they're not like the most terrible community I've ever seen, far from it. But some of the community leaders or members just very much worry me, and I don't want to like get mired in that. If you guys want to know my honest like answer and opinion on it, check out my live streams when I start live streaming, because at that point I'll actually explain it better. But essentially, I just don't want to fuck with some people, essentially. The other thing is, if there was any community I would get into, it would be the Final Fantasy 14 community. They're really fucking cool. They're empathetic. They're the very fucking cool people I've ever met. Like, some people are just so cool, and it's a polar opposite of Destiny 2. Not saying that Destiny 2's community is horrible. It's just, compared to like Final Fantasy 14, it's day and night, bro. Like, I can tell you right now, there's some new lights that don't like to tell people that they're new lights because of just the shit they would get, compared to Final Fantasy 14, where they have a whole system of new players called Sprouts, I think, and people are the most fucking nice and like empathetic towards new players. I hate how fucking cool it is, because I see Destiny 2 and it pisses me off. But again, we'll get there when we get there with our comparison videos, because I already have another video I want to do, is the new player experience. So again, we're going to be covering other games, we're going to be covering other types of material. Hell, I'm even up to comparing or making like other media type shit, like essentially maybe anime, maybe movies, stuff like that. I don't know, again, we'll see. But I'm ready to make a change for my channel that I want to actually do, and not just be good for the algorithm, because that's the whole reason why I started just focusing on Destiny 2 only, because it was good for the algorithm. But with how my views are right now, fuck the algorithm. Honestly, it's not like my views are not that great anymore. They were a little bit. I think it's because I started posting more fashion videos and less in tutorial videos. But with that out of the way, with me like not worrying about like algorithm stuff, I'm just gonna cover whatever I want. So if you guys are up for it, I appreciate y'all. The live streams will be happening, and the cool thing is I'll hopefully be able to edit the live streams so that way I can have them on my Instagram or my YouTube. I'll probably post Instagram stuff as well, but same thing for my Instagram. My Instagram is definitely going to be just like an expression of like what I like to do, which means that probably less Destiny 2 and more like fashion of other stuff as well, like again Final Fantasy 14. So be safe. Thank you guys for listening to me. If you guys have caught up to this point, I will be covering a lot more stuff, and if you are interested, I highly suggest that you subscribe, follow me on my social medias. Links are in the description below. And this year is going to be wild. I can already tell this year is going to be really good for my channel. And if you guys want to come along, again, don't be shy to subscribe. So be safe, and I'll see you guys later.